All right. Good afternoon to those of you on the East Coast. Good afternoon also to those of you on the West Coast. I'm your host, Brandon Choi, also co-creator of Movers and Shakers Unlimited. And thanks so much for joining us. To those of all of you that are watching, whether it's live or even after the fact. As you will know, next month, tech enthusiasts will be treated to another year of course, amazing new innovations across of various industries as a consumer electronics show makes its return to Vegas. And in lieu of that, we will be having previews of what fans can come and consumers can come to expect of this year's show. Now, with that said, our guest today seeks to modernize the way that we look at estate planning with a new app known only as Adam, otherwise known as All Life Digital Assets Manager. So it's without further ado that we have a special guest today to discuss that, co-founder and CEO Michael Okoye. Let me bring him on. Michael, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you, Brandon?
I'm good. I'm good. So, first and foremost, happy holidays. Thank you so much for hopping on before the new year, and as I said, being able to preview, what you have on tap for a Consumer Electronics Show for its 2024 edition. I'll just start first and just hit the ground running. Can you talk a bit about that initial inspiration of Adam of bringing about this app, because I understand that it was from unfortunate from a near death experience as a teenager, but what you were able to make with that experience.
100%. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for asking. Yeah. So I like to think that my whole life, ever since I was a young kid, I kind of knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And yeah, I had a life changing moment when I was 15 years old. I was hit by a car while I was crossing the road, and I almost lost my life. And the way this ties into Adam is, as a 15-year-old kid, I had everything on my phone. I had like all my photos, all my passwords, like files, everything, right? And being a 15-year-old kid, I don't necessarily want to share my password to my phone to my dad or a spouse or anything like that, because my
Sure.
life was pretty private. And when I got hit by the car, with me almost losing my life, I realized that if something did happen, if I did lose my life, all those precious memories that I had on my phone, those photos or videos that I had of, me and my dad or my girlfriend at the time, all of those would have been lost because no one had access to my phone. So, that's kind of where the idea Adam came from. We wanted to create a solution that allowed people to share these items or these digital assets on their phone when they pass away, to whomever they want to share them with and whenever they want to share them with, and they can choose exactly what they share. So yeah, that's kind of where the idea came from.
All right, excellent, excellent, excellent. So I understand that you do have just a brief demo that you can provide to us. So before I get into that, one other thing that I wanted to talk about, and I guess it's a good leeway into what you're about to show. I understand that death tech is something that is very much on the horizon. Now in the day and age where just like you said, we're so much ingrained in our phones and our technology in some shape or form, and you know I'm old enough to remember a time where a lot of our documents were on paper, but more and more as time progresses, we see less and less of that, and far more of documents being paperless, and everything being available electronically. So, just as you said, of having so much of our lives in a lot of our tech, can you talk a bit about that change that we're seeing with that particular industry that's on the rise?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know what? I feel like the death tech industry is kind of lagging behind, the rest in terms of digitalization. Right now people still go to their lawyers and get everything written down, and it's hidden and sealed in this folder or something like that. And there's not a lot of digitalization, and it's interesting because our whole world now is digitalized, right? So in terms of death tech and where it's going, and where Adam sits in there, is that we look to again revolutionize, sorry, this industry, and offer the digitalization that I think a lot of people are missing, and allow that bridge for filling that gap of everything that's on your phone, or on your computer, and making it a lot easier for people to access those things when you pass away. For example, I've had a couple of people close to me who have experienced deaths in their family, or among friends, and they always come to me and tell me how long the process is to get the information they need. First of all, they don't even know where who the lawyer is that's dealing with the will half the time, or any of that, right? So just having that little bridge that Adam can offer, in terms of letting people know exactly which lawyer they're dealing with, or where they keep any of their assets. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to directly transfer those assets to those people, but at least let them know where to find the stuff, so they can start that next step and make it happen quicker, I guess.
Excellent, excellent. So with that out of the way, I want to, give you the floor to be able to show like a brief demo of what that would look like
Sure.
with the Atom app.
For sure, yeah. So it's a very simple app. We wanted to follow the KISS rule, which is keep it super simple.
Of
Um, I'm
course.
just I'm just going to show it on my phone here. So
Okay.
it's very easy. All you do is you create an account. I don't know if you can see it here. So you add your first name,
Yes.
your last name, your password, and then you confirm that. So I'm just going to do that quickly here. And then when that is done, it's going to ask for your birthday, and it's going to confirm your phone number. Sorry, just 1 second here.
You're fine.
Okay. Just need to add a capital here. There we go. Yeah, so the next step, again, is just going to ask for your email and your phone number. So you just quickly put that in. So I'm just going to use this email here. And your phone number. And that's there to verify that you're a human being and stuff like that, extra layer of security. And then you just
Right.
set a profile picture, just like this. It's super intuitive. Obviously, it goes directly to your camera roll. When you've set that profile picture, you can then create an account. It's going to give you a demo of exactly what Atom is and how it helps you with your life. So you can see here, there's gives you a quick rundown on exactly how it works. So there's two main things that Atom has. We've revolutionized in the industry. One of them is the executor key, and the other thing is the release timer. Okay, so when you create an account, you're given an executor key. This is a 32-digit alphanumeric code that, let's say, I myself wanted to give you access to my Atom account when I pass away. I would give
Right.
you this executor key. Okay, so this is something that we've actually patented. And then followed up with that is the release timer. So you set your release timer, and what the release timer does is it adds an extra layer of security. So again, when I'm creating this Atom account and I give you the executor key, I'm going to have very sensitive information on this sometimes, right? And I don't necessarily want people to see it while I'm around, right? So this release timer is there to give you that extra layer of security. And the way it works is you set the timer. So right now it's set for a default of 2 weeks. Okay, so let's say you take my executor key and you try and access my Atom account. the release timer starts. Okay, and what happens is the release timer notifies me that someone's trying to access my Atom account. Obviously, since I'm still alive, I don't want anyone to access it, so I would deny the request. Now, let's say I were to pass away, and you know that, me and you are very close, and you know that I passed away. You then take the executor key and use it to try and access my Atom account through the executor portal. And since I'm gone, I'm not obviously going to answer the notifications that it's sending me saying that someone's trying to access my account. So after the 2 weeks is up, you would then gain access to my account and everything I've left for you there, whether it be photos, videos, passwords, files, if me and you had a business together or anything like that. So this is kind of what it looks like empty. Okay, so you can see you can create different albums. You can add photos and videos there. You can also add files here, so it can be a PDF, Word document, whatever it may be. And then you also have the notes section as well too. So I like to use the notes section for, um, you know, leaving my passwords there.
Passwords, sure, sure. Because I'm guessing
Exactly,
like the files
crypto
will be more
keys,
on. Yeah.
whatever it may be.
I was gonna say, I guess I'm supposing like the files could be, relevant to. I think one example that I did see was in instances, and we have that as with our family members, our elderly, family members, of perhaps recipes or things that maybe they want to just keep within the family of certain dishes that they make, and they're passing that along. So that is something that could be utilized. So and speaking further to that, always playing devil's advocate and always thinking, okay, what if this happens, what if this happens, what if this happens. I understand that you guys have a free version, and then of course there are paid tiers that you have with the app.
Sure.
And of course with that there are limitations with how many files I understand that you can have with that. how
Yep.
how are you able to determine those rare instances? I mean, we're in a technological age, and there's so many different ways to get around things. So aside from the safeguards that you mentioned just now, are there any other ones that come into play? Because I'm immediately thinking of, based on the example that you give, even if the person is still alive, it could be an instance where, just for that moment, life can get busy and you're not able to address that notification right then and there, and like boom, it's everything is sent out when like you're not dead, you're still alive. It's just that you weren't able to address that notification when it came in immediately, or for whatever reason, maybe that notification popped up in your spam folder instead of in your regular inbox, so you never ever saw that notification come in. Like are there things in place to handle such situations like that?
Yeah, you know what, Brandon, that's a great question. So there's a couple of things that we've done to kind of safeguard things from like that from happening. Number one, it's not just one notification that's sent, right? So if you notice, when I was signing up with my email and my phone number.
Yes.
So it's going to send you email notifications. It's also going to send you text notifications.
Got
And
it.
it's not going to just send one. It's going to send you multiple. Every single day until you answer it, it's going to send you those
Got it.
notifications,
Got it. Okay.
right? So that is kind of one layer that we use as well. And then we also want to set expectations too, right? So when you're creating the release timer, we do have we do recommend that you do, like, we know people's lives are busy, and things can happen. So we do recommend that you set it to a time that you're comfortable uh, with, giving you enough time to answer it, while also, helping the people out on the other end that may have to access your account afterwards. So those are kind of the two things that we have in place. In the future, we are a very new company, so we're always repurposing things and adjusting. So as we get more and more user feedback and come across different situations, we will definitely accommodate for those and adjust accordingly.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, no, because I'm just thinking of even other situations. Like, what if you don't have your laptop or your phone? Like, what if we have like a a weatherly situation, flood? Entire place, everything gets destroyed. You have no way of accessing anything, and you keep getting notifications. It's still coming, but you just can't actually utilize your tech to to
Yeah.
address it. So, um, but with that in mind, I wanted to, also make people aware. I understand that you guys, before I let you go, I wanted to make sure people were aware that you guys are going to be, from what I understand, in Eureka Park
Yes.
at this year's CES. So I still plan on, even though I had you here today, still plan on stopping by. But however, I want to also address that this app is still available. It is currently available now, that folks can take advantage of on Google Play and wherever they get their app purchases from. But is there any other like details or new things that you're excited to potentially announce, or maybe you can tease if you are waiting until CES to make that big announcement?
Yeah, well, I got news that we got nominated for a couple of awards. We're runners up for a couple of awards at CES, which is extremely exciting.
Absolutely.
And yeah, no, we have some very exciting partnerships on the way as well too, that you guys will be probably seeing pretty soon. And yeah, we're working very hard on our end here, and looking to get this in front of as many people as possible. Just because the value there is significant. Every single person that has a phone can use this. Every single person, whether
Absolutely.
whether you're
Absolutely.
18 years old, 15 years old, right? At 15 years old, I was in a situation where I could have used it, all the way up to like 100 years old. We've made the app so simple to use that anyone can use it, and the value's there. So lots of exciting things on the way. And yeah, you guys will be seeing it soon.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Michael, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for squeezing some time right before we hop into our holiday and the end of the year. Um, Again, appreciate you having you on, and look forward to checking out, further details of what you guys have in store with Adam App over at CES 2024, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, have a good one.
You too.